All right, here's part two. So then we drove back to Kroger's to wait for another batch. When another batch comes, and this batch was 20. They pay you $26, but the mileage from the store to the actual place was 19 miles. I was like, nah, I ain't doing that. That's too much. So we stopped. So we didn't accept it. So we went to another batch. Now this batch was $6 for two items: a balloon, a heart-shaped balloon that says "I love you," and some hard caramel candy. The off-brand, the nice brand ones. I ain't gonna show y'all. I don't fuck it. But then, so it was at Walgreens. So we went to Walgreens, went to the store. We trying to find the candy. Then I'm not saying their names or none of that. I'm not doing it. I'm just telling y'all my experience. So we find the candy. We went to the candy aisle. They didn't have the candy. So I was like, okay. So we gave them a refund on that one. Then the balloons, mind you, they have two types, meaning like they have one inflated and one not inflated. But the balloon they specifically wanted was not inflated. We only had it in a package. So I got it. Went to the cashier, but mind y'all, this is where things get irritating. I went to the cashier, and they said we don't got no helium. I was like, all right, cool. So then I text the customer. They did not text back. So I waited for like 10 minutes. I didn't wanna mess up their order. So I waited 10 minutes where I said, hey, they don't have no helium. Do you still want it in the package? No text back for 10 minutes. I was like, you know what? Freaking, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. I got it. Went in my car, drove to the location. The location was in a motherfucking gas station. It was like outside a vape store. So I look at my friend like this. This is the place? And the description was tall, no lie, tall and sexy man with tattoos. Bro, what? So I went to the store. There was a white tall man with tattoos. I'm not saying he's sexy. I'm not saying that shit. So a white man with tattoos, right? So he had a customer, so I waited. I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait until he finishes with his customer. All right. After he waited for his customer, I asked him, like, hey, are you such and such such? He said, no. Huh? What you mean, no? So I was like, okay. So you didn't want for no for Instagram? He said, I was like, I went out back in my car, wait for part three.